submit your greetings and we'll be sure to read them throughout the show. Back to you, Sister Macy.
Welcome back to another episode of Explore Mountain States.
That's it for the weather
And
updates.
moving on to our district news update.
Only here
on INCRadio Mountain States.
And good evening to all of our listeners and viewers of INCRadio Mountain States. It is Saturday, September 13th, 4:02 p.m. Pacific Time, 5:02 p.m. Mountain Time. And in the Philippines, 7:02 in the morning. Magandang umaga po sa mga kapatid natin na nanonood dyan sa Pilipinas. And welcome once again to INCRadio Mountain States. Today is a nice day, actually. We're finally experiencing the end of summer, right? I think a lot of all states actually in mountain states are experiencing this. I was just speaking to some of our brethren in Colorado the other day, and it's already getting cold over there. So Colorado, please stay warm. I think this topic might be great for you now that you're quickly approaching fall. And of course, wanting to maybe get warmed up or get your energy going during your day because it's so cold. To our brethren in the Nevada areas and Arizona areas, I think during the day we're still experiencing some warm temperatures, but it certainly is better during the morning. So we are so excited today to just get connected with you as always over here in INCRadio Mountain States. Today I am joined in with our crew members, but online with me is Kuya Ron Pabletti. Hi, Kuya Ron. Good afternoon.
Hi, Ate Macy. I'm ready for today's topic.
I know. I think you're kind of insinuating it now, right? And I love that you have our official mug there.
There you go.
Right. Very important for us on radio to always have something like this topic that we're going to be talking about right now. But yes, we have Kuya Ron Pabletti joining us live, and of course behind the scenes we also have our multimedia crew. Big shout out Sister Nikki. Thank you, Sister Nikki, for producing today's episode. If you are on YouTube right now and watching us, please do not forget to hit like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to INC Radio DZM 954 to catch the latest shows from our channel. And of course, INC Radio DZM 954, changing lives through God's words. For our brethren here in the District of Mountain States, when you put your comment, don't forget to put hashtag your local congregation. We obviously want to recognize the active locals and at the same time know where you are coming from. So today's episode is an episode to share how we are able to connect with others simply by sharing the same things that we enjoy. And specifically for today's episode, coffee. So why coffee connections, right? Have you ever started interacting with someone because you enjoy the same thing, same hobby, maybe? I know that a lot of times when we want to meet people, we want to get to know them. What's the first thing that we ask them, right? Hey, would you like to have coffee with me, right? Or if they come over to your house, sometimes the first thing that you serve is, oh, would you like some coffee, right? Or tea, but I think coffee sometimes takes the crown on a lot of people here in the United States. Does it just complete your morning routine like most people do? Or would simple conversation starters like talking about coffee can easily help you connect with the people that you want to connect with? So today on our episode, we were going to talk just about that and how coffee connections can help us in our everyday interactions with the brethren, with our family, or even with the people that we have just met. So I hope that you tune in throughout the entire episode. We have some surprises for you regarding this, but I would love to first check in with our team live chat. Let's find out who our first commenter of the day is. If I can only open my app here right now. All right, our first comment of the day came from Sister Priscilla Batan, and she was just like giving the wave emoji there. Second commenter for the second week in a row, Brother Edward Infante. He says, hi, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day. Hashtag Las Vegas. Hello, Brother Edward. And I was just wondering if after our intense pickleball games last night, if you're able to have your coffee already and have the energy. Sister Sally from the Philippines, hello po sa inyo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all brethren around the world. Greetings from Babanuang, Isabela West. And of course, we have Brother Arja Lazo, saying hello, and Brother Anthony Arongay from Salt Lake City is also one of the first commenters. Good afternoon to everyone from the Arongays in Salt Lake City. So thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us on today's show. Please continue to put in your greetings, your comments into the YouTube live chat, and share a thing or two about coffee as we continue with our discussion this morning. So let's now move on with whatever happened in the District of Mountain States throughout this entire week. Let's go with What's Up, Mountain States.
What's up, Mountain States?
On today's What's Up Mountain States, we are featuring the Unity Games Golf Edition that we did here in the District of Mountain States. It was just last weekend, and we are happy to announce the winners of the golf edition for Unity Games. I think golf is one of those games that you think you wouldn't like it, and you think you'll get bored with it, but you won't. So here are our brethren who are really serious about this sport and went into a friendly competition with the brethren. I like that form there. That's great. And I love that every team has its own color of uniforms too. But anyway, let's start with the winners so that you know the results of that Unity Games. Longest drive, congratulations to Brother Angel Rivas and Brother Erwin Talavera. Closest to the pin, Brother James Santos and also Brother Erwin Talavera. Congratulations to you. Third place team winners, we have Brother Sherwin Valdez, Brother Noel Estanilla, Brother John Miliari, and Brother Joseph Ganton. Second place team winners, Brother Javier Bing Arceo, Brother Randy Tongo, Brother Willie Cadiz, and Brother Frank Ancheta. And finally, first place team winners, Brother Joseph Angulo, Jet Calma, Sister Eileen De Leon, and Brother Rene De Leon. Congratulations to all of our brethren who participated in the golf edition of Unity Games. Brother Ron, were you there too?
Yeah, I was there at the beginning of the games. I'm usually running around taking pictures and driving around in the golf cart. The golf cart part is the part that I like. I don't really play golf.
I actually love that some of the Binhis, the younger members, actually did participate too and were able to join the team, right? It's nice that they're exposed to this kind of sport as early as they are now. I mean, it's a sport that definitely needs a lot of patience, but also a lot of skill. You can see our brethren there with their trophies, really very happy and proud for this wonderful moment that they shared with the brethren, again, for the Unity Games Golf Edition in the District of Mountain States. And I know that we do this every year. So for any of our brethren, even those that are outside of the Nevada District, please remember to check in with us so that we can announce the next golf edition for Unity Games in our district. Thank you so much for showcasing that to our Christian family organization there. But let's now move on to our main topic, which is, again, coffee connections. And before we start with actually talking about it, we're going to want to test your knowledge a little bit when it comes to coffee, okay? I have three people here on our live chat, and I have three questions. So I'm just going to have to ask one from each of you, okay? And our team live chat, you can also participate in this, you know, when I ask the question to find out what this is. I don't know if I actually know. If Sister Nikki's watching right now, can you give me the answer sheet? I want to make sure that what I'm thinking is actually correct when it comes to these questions. Okay, let's start with number one. Who wants to take the first one? Okay, Kuiran, let's take the first one. Kuiran, the question is, a concentrated, intense, and rich coffee beverage made by forcing a small amount of hot, pressurized water through finely ground coffee beans. This brewing process, which takes about 25 to 30 seconds only, results in a thicker consistency than drip coffee, and it produces a characteristic foamy layer called crema on top. This type of coffee is called Quiron.
I'm gonna say espresso.
Okay, that's my guess too. And the correct answer is yes, espresso. Really pronounce it like I hear people always pronouncing it espresso, saying that it's the Italian thing, but I also hear people know it's not espresso. It's anyway. If we have friends from Italy there, please let us know on the live chat the correct or like the most proper pronunciation of espresso when you're outside of America and when you are in America, right? Because there tends to be a difference. So let's do that. Question number 2. I'm going to give it to one of our guests and also use this as my way of introducing them. Okay, so let us all welcome the book club president in the local of Las Vegas, Nevada, Brother Brandon Dabu. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Sister Macy. Nice to be back. Hello, everyone.
I know we love having you here. Thank you, Brother Brandon. Okay, your question is, hold on, let me see. Did our live chat, I don't think anybody answered the first question. Okay, team live chat, you can participate in this, okay, and answer the question. I think they answered it through a song that we cannot mention here. So here we go. Question number 2 for Brother Brandon. An espresso marked with a small amount of foamed or steamed milk, a drink that is smaller and stronger than a latte or a cappuccino. This type of coffee is called, and this is one of my favorites. What is it, Brother Brandon?
Is it an espresso macchiato? Is that it?
Ding, 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 ding. Yes,
Okay,
you are correct. It is a macchiato, yes. And I love macchiato because it's not too strong, but yet it still have the strength that you need, right, to wake up. So congratulations, Brother Brandon. And last but not the least, our third question, I'm also going to use this to introduce our very special guest this afternoon. Let's go ahead and welcome Sister Melissa Ganya from the local of Las Vegas. Hi, Sister Missy. Missy, remind me, is this the first time that we're having you on radio, or did we have you before?
Yes, this is my first time.
Yay! Welcome to the first time. I met Sister Missy when I first just moved into Las Vegas during the 50th in the West celebration, right, Sister Missy?
Right, yeah.
We were alto, so we were seated on the same row. So, but it's my first time learning just very recently about how good she is actually when it comes to coffee. You know, she's our resident barista in the local of Las Vegas. So let's all welcome her. And here's your question, Sister Missy. An espresso-based drink consisting of a shot of espresso combined with a generous amount of steamed milk and a thin layer of milk foam on top. This type of coffee is called
Latte.
And the answer is latte. Yeah. Okay, I think everyone here that's with me on the live link is a coffee connoisseur. So I thought that those questions might be a little bit difficult, but even Team Live Chat were able to answer. Sister Mariel answered espresso. So thank you, Sister Mariel. On that first question, you were correct. Kafredi answered, I think maybe for the last question, Americano. Nope, it's not, but it's a latte because we put that cream and milk on top. And Quiron, thank you for the comment. Quiron is that K-cup type of guy. Those instant drip that you put. Well, you know, those could also taste really good if you just know how to work them out and add the right things, right? So thank you, brothers and sisters, for participating in today's quiz, we will now talk about the recently held book club meeting in the local of Las Vegas, where our book club officers did something very unique and fun for the brethren, the Las Vegas Coffee Social. So Kuya Tech, if you can just play the videos, the photos right now, as we talked about them. But Brother Brandon, being the book club president in the local of Las Vegas, this was such a great activity post book club meeting that you did for the brethren. Where did this idea come from?
Actually, this idea came from Sister Melissa. So I remember her coming back. She said she went to a meeting from the East Coast, and she said that one of the booklet meetings that they just had a nice socializing event afterwards. And I felt that was so simple. And I thought about it, and I go, we could totally do that. And what better way of just having something like small refreshments, coffee, and things like that. And I think we started about a year ago, and it was an instant hit. Everyone loved it. First of all, who doesn't love coffee? And I think a lot of our activities are right after the Sunday worship service in the morning, so it gives an opportunity for those who haven't had their coffee to get coffee, and then they can pick up some refreshments. And it was just a nice, very just easy, relaxing environment. With nothing, no topic, no nothing. You just kind of come into it, and we could just socialize, and I think that's why people just have a good time. There's no pressure to do anything. The focus is really just to spend time together.
I actually appreciated that a lot, Brother Brandon, because when I was there, I was able to speak with some of our book club members whom I know, but don't really have time to catch up or talk to them usually after church, because I don't get to see them anymore because we tend to stay behind in the choir. But during that coffee social, they were there, and I was able to still say hi, say hello. Everyone lingered, everyone was just enjoying a cup of coffee. How about for you? What were obviously the reactions of the brethren? We saw them, they were happy, they were joyful, just chatting with each other. But for the officers, what was the reaction from the officers that made this happen and prepared it?
I think, the idea of it's better to give than receive kind of comes into mind, because I feel like as officers, this is it's just so nice to be able to give back. And I feel like for all the officers who were able to participate, Sister Melissa, some of the other booklet officers, it was just a nice, because, I see a lot of them just loving the opportunity to just serve the brethren, really, and it's nice because the brethren they're always so appreciative, it could just be something so small, and it makes a big difference. And if we could just kind of do that, and like I said, after the worship service, and I think you're right, Sister Macy, sometimes we get so busy in the locale, we don't get enough chance to kind of slow things down, meet with some of the brethren who we normally don't maybe get a chance to catch up with. And like you said, last Sunday was a great opportunity, because a lot of the brethren did stick around. They stayed after the booklet meeting, and so it's something that we hope to kind of implement hopefully every meeting.
And for our book club members who may not be in the local of Las Vegas, or who are not, who were not able to attend the coffee social, please, you are welcome to do so. We'll let you know when we do this again for something in the book club meeting, because it's not just your typical serving of coffee, and then here's the coffee, make it yourself, put the milk. The book club officers actually went out of their way to make the coffee for the brethren. And you know what they say, right? And I absolutely believe in this. The coffee that is made by other people will always taste better than the coffee that you make. Do you agree, Brother Brandon?
I do, yes. And the way they were making coffee, I don't know. I know Sister Melissa is going to be kind of chiming in the next segment, but I mean, her coffee is amazing. It's just she has all the recipes, and I'm sure she'll speak more about it, but it's just and to know that, with her some of the recipes and some of the drinks that she was to make, I mean, it was just nice to see the brethren just kind of enjoy. So
yes, yeah, I can attest to that, because we all had a taste of Sister Melissa's yummy, delicious coffee recipes during the book club meeting, coffee social. So thank you once again to the book club officers of the local of Las Vegas for putting something together fun like that, which eventually inspired our topic today too, which is coffee connections. We have our brethren here actually commenting, saying that they love the idea that we did. Brother Brandon, your biggest fan, Sister Elaine, is live on the show right now too. She said, "Go Brandon and go Sister Missy." So thank you, Sister Elaine, for watching us right now. There's also a quick greetings from Brother Chris Ornado to our district minister. So he says, good afternoon po to our district minister, Brother Barry Thompson. That's right. Good afternoon, Brother Barry. And to all of our brethren watching, thank you again for all of your greetings. So now we will go to the best part, So today we are not just going to about connecting through coffee, but we will also impart and share with you a very special coffee recipe that is from our very own sister Missy. But before that, we are going to go on a quick station break. When we come back, prepare your pen and paper so you can take note of this recipe. Maybe you can do it at home. So stay tuned to INCRadio Mountain States. We'll be back.
You are listening to Iglesianicristo Radio, the voice of truth.
Hello, DJ. How was school today?
Hi, Nanay. It was good po. How about you po? How was your day? And are you almost home po?
It was great. The weather is amazing too. And I'm almost home. Is there something bothering you?
Our art teacher asked our class to paint a bunny and egg, but I told him that I do not celebrate Easter because it's against the teaching of God po.
That's right. We are taught from our worship services and Bible studies that we do not follow such practices because it's not from the Bible. You can share the website incmedia.org to your teacher so that he can understand what we are taught.
Okay po, I will do that po. See you soon po.
And you are still tuned in to INCRadio Mountain States. Thank you so much for sticking out with us here this afternoon. And as we promised, today we are going to learn more. First of all, learn more about Sister Missy Ganya, who is one of our guests today. But at the same time, learn a thing or two from her about coffee. So let us welcome back Sister Melissa Ganya, Sister Missy. Has her nickname. Hello, Sister Missy.
Hi. Hello.
First of all, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I know Saturdays can get busy, but we really appreciate that you're here with us today.
Of course.
All right. Have you had your coffee, Sister Missy?
To be honest, I actually did not have it yet. I'm a little bit congested, so I was sleeping in today, but the coffee that I will demo to you guys today, I'll go ahead and drink that for today. That'll be my coffee.
A little bit more on the lemonade side for you the entire day instead of the coffee and milk. Right. But yeah, so Sister Missy, how did you get into this? I know that coffee might have started as your hobby, eventually your business, but how did you get to, it's not your profession. How did you get into wanting to know about it and learn about it?
Well, it was kind of like, oh, it's an addiction. I love coffee. And I just kind of went down this rabbit hole of watching a lot of people make different types of lattes and different foams and different mixtures. And sometimes not even coffee. Sometimes it could be like a nice hot tea or, a juicing recipe. So I didn't realize how much I was so drawn to beverages, but coffee is definitely my number one love. And so that's just kind of where it started. I think when I was 16, I wanted to apply to be a barista at Starbucks, and I was just so intimidated. I took a copy of the application and I left. I didn't even fill it out, and I don't know why. I was just so intimidated by big Starbucks. And I don't know. I think as time went on, I always loved coffee, and I would still watch a lot of videos, and I figured, what, why not serve it to people? And I think when I came to Vegas, there was, I'm from Hawaii, so, I didn't notice any macadamia nut flavored, flavors. So, and, ube coffee obviously just started booming. And I thought, you know what, let me just make it myself. And then, And I thought, why not just serve it to people who want it? And I'm not sure where it's gonna go. I do intend for it to, like be a business eventually, but yeah, that's kind of just where it
That's
started,
great.
but just
But
loving it.
interest and passion, you actually honed into it, and instead of like just keeping it as an interest, you tried to learn it, and
Right.
that's a great thing, right? If there's something that you want but it's not there, make it yourself, right? We
Right.
can do that.
Yeah.
But as I alluded earlier, there's just something about people making your coffee for you. It just tastes so much better. Like for us at home, if I make my coffee myself, I don't even like finish it. That's
Yeah.
how to make it, because for some reason, like it just tastes better, or like you just want to drink it more.
Right.
Made by something. I guess it's that. Maybe the secret recipe is the heart that you put into making the beverage, right? So, Sister Missy, let's go ahead and maybe start with your demonstration. Maybe let's start with letting us know about what coffee have you prepared for us this afternoon.
So I'm going to make for you guys a mascarpone tiramisu latte. So I do have tiramisu syrup in here with a little bit of chocolate sauce, a little bit of cocoa powder, and you would add your espresso. This is a double shot of espresso, and then you would just mix that up. If you don't have a frother, you can just use whatever you have, like a
Those
spoon.
battery frothers. Yes. Yeah, we can get those from like local.
Amazon, yeah, you can get them anywhere nowadays. And then I'm
You
just
don't
gonna
really
put
need
in.
to have the fancy materials, Sister Missy, right?
Not really. Honestly, you could use a spoon,
Mhm.
whatever you have, just to get the ingredients mixed up.
So
And then I have some.
go back a little bit. So the name of the beverage is mascarpone tiramisu latte.
Yes.
So you have your espresso, and then that was a tiramisu, like pre-made syrup already.
Yeah, it was a pre-made syrup and a little bit of chocolate sauce because there's a little bit of cocoa powder in tiramisu
Yes.
pastries. So yeah, and they get them pre-made, so you can buy it, and it's nice because it saves time and it's already made for you. So and I'm doing an iced latte, so I do have some ice here. I'm just gonna dump a little bit of the water because it was kind of on standby while we were waiting. So bear with me. Yeah, I'm just gonna add ice, however much ice you want, and oh, I forgot the milk. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Well, we're waiting for Sister Mrs. Milk here. Brethren on the chat, please drop in a quick coffee story that you may have. Was there ever a time in your life where you made a really good connection with people while you're drinking coffee, while you're enjoying a cup of coffee, whether at home or whether it's outside at a coffee shop, or whether it's in your local congregation while you're gardening or doing some sort of an activity? We would love to know about your own coffee connection stories. So please drop them in the chat. And later on, we're going to ask Brother Brandon and Sister Missy too, if they have any special coffee connection story that they can share with us this afternoon. So Sister Missy, you got the milk?
Oh, yes, I got the milk. So just add however much milk you would like.
Do you use whole milk in your coffee, or do you use 2%? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Some people are lactose intolerant. You can add, oat milk, things like that. And then you could add whole milk, half and half. Some people just want heavy cream. You can choose whatever milk you would like.
For you, though, what tastes the best when it comes
I want to say anything full fat. I'm not going to lie. So heavy cream, whole milk, full fat oat milk, they just have the best flavor. So
I
and
know.
That is flavor, so I can't hide it. So
I used to be like that half and half kind of person, like half cream, half milk, so I don't
feel too bad. Yeah, and you can even use coconut milk, almond milk. Those are good too.
Until my doctor told me to start watching my cholesterol, so now I'm all about oat milk, and I was like, hey, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's actually very creamy too, and it tastes very good. So yeah, and then the last part, which I'm obsessed about when I make my lattes, is the foam. So earlier I made the mascarpone cold foam. So it's just a little bit of.
Let's talk about the foam. You make the foam from scratch yourself, right? Like something. Okay, nice.
Yeah, and it's very rarely available at the grocery store. So I would always just recommend making your own cold foam. The magic number is always just like two tablespoons of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of whole milk, and then I added the mascarpone cheese, a little bit more of a tiramisu syrup, and a little bit of chocolate sauce. And this is the cold foam that goes on top of a lot of my drinks. So that was just the base with the milk. So, and then this one you just pour over.
There a special gadget or machine that you use to make cold foam, or is it just your blender?
No, yeah, you just froth it. I just use a little glass and a frother, a handheld frother.
Okay, all right.
And yeah, you could buy it on Amazon, and you can even buy it at Home Goods, Rush, Target. They have it all over
Battery
there.
Yeah, battery operated frother, because they do make a difference in the coffee. And some people like putting whipped cream. I'm not a whipped cream person.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do love a good foam.
Yes, I like the foam. And then just to be fancy, just a little bit of a powdered.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, a little bit of powder on top. So it looks like, it'll look like the tiramisu. So.
Yes. Oh, and I love tiramisu. That's one of my favorite desserts too. So I can only imagine how good that tastes. We were teasing Sister Melissa earlier. I wish this is one of those live broadcasts. Right?
Yes.
We enjoy this live.
I would have brought you one too, because I would have want you to taste it. It's one of the, all the taste testers, well, they're all my friends. And I always ask them, what's good? Does it need more sweet? Does it need less sweet? And they tried it, and if they approve, then I approve. So, and yes, I would have gotten you one. But next one, if we do a live one, I can make you one. So
we are next. So, well, that's the espresso mascarpone tiramisu latte brought to us by Sister Missy. And I just want to recap the ingredients so that our viewers online can remember it. It's espresso, some tiramisu syrup with a little bit of chocolate sauce, and all of that poured over. Actually, pour the ice over it. And then the special cold foam that she makes, which you can also make at home. That cold foam includes mascarpone cheese, the tiramisu latte, some chocolate sauce, and dusted with cocoa powder for the finish. And of course, you can always rewatch our episode anytime, anywhere by just searching INCRadio Mountain States on YouTube and click on the specific episode for Saturday, September 13, so you can rewatch and learn the recipe one more time. Once again, that was Sister Missy Ganya. Thank you so much for the coffee demo. Sister Missy, before we let you go, any coffee connection story that you might share with us where it made an impact in your life? Maybe, some conversations over a cup of coffee, or someone you met over a cup of coffee.
Nothing in particular that kind of like that I can remember. I just like that coffee slows things down. And I think that was kind of my intention when I had suggested that, last year, was that I just kind of want people to slow down a little bit and just kind of get to talk to each other. And, even with you, when we had served coffee and I got to talk to you more because, we're all so busy, and again, I met you like so long ago, but we never really stopped to talk to each other, the brethren. It's just, so that's just kind of my takeaway, and my memory is that it slows things down, and I hope that it just does that for more future like booklet events, and just so we can get to know each other a little bit more through coffee, because I feel like it just connects everyone. It's really a common ground for a lot of conversations and just getting to know each other out of church, out of our offices, as human beings, and as Christians. It's just nice to get to know each other a little bit deeper than what we see at church on a day-to-day basis, and everyone's so busy. It's just a nice moment to just slow down a little bit. So.
Slow down, stop, and sip a cup of coffee. Maybe that's our coffee connection story, Sister Missy. Now we actually know each other a little bit more after what years of meeting each other.
I know, exactly.
So thank you for that. I love it. Yes. Brother Brandon, any coffee connection story that you can share with us, Paul?
I don't know if there's like anything specific, Sister Macy, but I will say that so me and my wife will sometimes drink coffee in the morning, and I feel like it's a good because I mean I love coffee. I feel like it's just like it's almost like a nice ritual in the morning. You know, you sit there, you just allow the morning to kind of come to you as you kind of just wake up, you know, drink your coffee, and so I feel like that's one thing that just comes to my mind. I know me and my wife, usually like on the weekends we'll just kind of sit, you know, Saturday mornings, just sit there and talk for, you know, even if it's like 5-10 minutes. It's just, you know, it's funny because I think, you know, Sister Missy said it just kind of slows things down. You know, you sometimes forget how fast paced our lives are, and just being able to sit and just have a cup of coffee and just kind of, you know, just talk, you know, is
I agree. Even with the people that you live with, right?
yes,
So
yeah.
that simple thing that will just make you both sit down. So I love that. Then that's your coffee connection, Brother Brandon, for you and Sister Elaine. Your
That
morning
is, yeah.
morning coffee times. Kuya Ron, you love coffee. I know you. Any coffee connection story that you can share with us?
You know, it's funny. We're the opposite of Brendan and Elaine, where they have coffee in the morning. My wife works nights, so uh, even in the past, when the kids were still small, when they go to bed and she's of course awake, we would have our coffee dates in the kitchen late at night. So
You do it in reverse. You do it like before you go to. I love it. Yeah.
exactly.
Well, it works, right? Even though you're both in like different schedules, but you find that time to be together and catch up through coffee. You know,
Yeah.
because you know that that's something that you would want to drink, you would want to like stop to do after your tiring day of work. So thank you for that, Kuiran. For me, like probably not necessarily a coffee connection, but a coffee memory. You know, growing up in the Philippines, we grew up in instant coffee, right? Like that's what people love. That's what people serve. And my parents, they would always take us to guard the chapel at night. And I can remember, and it's very vivid in my memory, the smell of coffee and pandesal from the brethren that are guarding our chapels in the Philippines. And that has always been a core memory for me, that when I became binhi and kadiwa also in the Philippines, guess what? That's also what us kadiwas would do in the chapels when we guard, is to have that instant powder coffee with the instant creamer, and then having pandesal, you know, during the wee hours of the night while guarding the chapel. So I think that's a very, very good memory. And hello to all of our brethren that I grew up with in the Philippines. Some of them sometimes watch the show. Maybe we can invite them to watch more of the show. But yes, that was just one of the core memories that I have with coffee. But of course, now, you know, coffee means so much more to me, too, and our family, with me and my husband. That's something that we enjoy as well. Thank you all so much for sharing those wonderful stories with us. Before we end the show, I want to acknowledge our team live chat who has been so engaging with us this afternoon. Brother Brandon, we have brethren that are wanting to transfer to Las Vegas now because of the book club meeting. So I think our goal here was accomplished, and you are welcome, brothers and sisters. Everyone's welcome, right, to come visit us. I think we do need more in our basketball team, right, Brother Brandon? So might as well.
We could always use more brethren play basketball.
Correct. So here are our team live chat just offering their greetings right now. Brother Mario Oka, good morning here in the Philippines, and enjoy watching INCRadio Mountain States satellite. So your greetings from local of Brixtonville, district of Caloocan North. Brother Wilson Carlos is saying, have a blessed weekend po, from hashtag North Las Vegas. Brother Edward Infante is saying here, my morning coffee addiction isn't going anywhere. It's a permanent part of the routine. I agree. For a lot of us, that is very true, Brother Edward. And then we also have here Brother Ferdinand Tan is also saying hello to everyone. He's tuning in live. Sister Janet Salvador, hello po mga kapatid. Brother Domingo Takiki from Las Vegas is also watching us. Good afternoon, brethren in Las Vegas. Good afternoon to our district minister. Thank you po. Kafroldan Molina from the local of Salt Lake City is also saying good afternoon to us. And our brethren were just mentioning how that coffee. The mascarpone tiramisu latte looks good. Brother Chris Ornado says, wow, that looks good po, Sister Missy. So I think everyone is wanting to try it. Sister Mariel also mentioned how much she loves coffee here. Mrs. Gilo, Ate Vanessa, Sister Vanessa is watching us online. She said that she was a coffee lover. It says was. I would be curious to find out what happened there. We have Brother Eisen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sister Sally Samortin is tuning in. And Brother Jay Agustin is tuning in with us. So hello po to you, Brother Jay. Sister Mariel is sharing, I used to be a barista at a bakery, so definitely fueled her love for coffee. I didn't know that about you, Sister Mariel. So here you go. Here's our connection. Now, one more time, maybe one of these days we'll have a Kadiwa edition of this Coffee Connections broadcast. Sister Vanessa, this is funny. Sister Vanessa said, I started tasting coffee from my mom secretly at age 4. That is so funny. Sometimes my kids actually pull that off and kind of like go to my side and have a sip. I mean, Dr. Ferdy Tan is online with us. Just give us any advice. I know that we don't want to introduce that too early, but it's not like you can't keep them in a bubble either. And, they will at some point, taste coffee, maybe just not give them too much. They're asking, Brother Brandon, when is the next book club Miss Presso event? They call it Miss Presso now, Sister Melissa. They wanted to also come over. Thank you, brethren. And then lastly, from Sister Karen Hernandez, happy viewing po. Pagbati mula sa lokal ng Linyaga, Distrito ng Naga City, Camarines Sur. Maraming salamat po, Sister Karen, for joining us on our broadcast today. All right. Coffee Connections show us how powerful shared interests can be in bringing people together, whether it's a favorite drink, a cozy cafe, or a conversation over a cup. Enjoying coffee creates a space for connection, comfort, and community. When we share what we love, like coffee, we naturally open the door to meaningful relationships and shared experiences. And we hope that that is what we have imparted to you today, brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in to INCRadio Mountain States. Please tune in again next Saturday, same time, same day, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain Time for another episode that will hopefully connect the brethren from all over the world. Thank you to our dear Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for providing this platform for us, and Brother Angelo Irano Manalo, the Deputy Executive Minister. Thank you to Brother Barry Thompson, our District Minister, to Brother Oliver Canlas, our Assistant District Minister. Thank you to our CFO Overseer, Brother Jay Agustin, and Kuya Manly Andaya, Executive Producer of INCRadio Abroad. And thank you to our District Multimedia team and all the avid listeners and viewers of INCRadio Mountain States. We appreciate all the engagement that you have given us this afternoon. And that is all the time we have. Let's all slow down after this show and enjoy a cup of coffee with our loved ones. Thank you for watching and listening to INCRadio Mountain States. Up next is INCRadio Canada, and this is INCRadio DZM 954, changing lives through God's words. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Sister Missy. Thank you, Brother Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank
Sister
you.
Maisie. Thank you.
Now I'll drive over to your house.
I got you.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Nakikinig kayo sa Iglesia ni